Alright, so let's have a little play. We just did a little bit of Latin. Oh, thank you. And one of the things that we translated was, the farmer is a poet. And we said, well, I wonder what the farmer would write poetry about. I thought maybe just for fun we could try and create a short poem and pretend we're a farmer. A short poem that a farmer might write. Let's see what we can come up with. Yeah. I'll just put these new words back here. And we can do some more Latin later if we want to. A short poem that a farmer might write. Have you got any ideas? What might the farmer write if he was a poem? Let's do just a short one. It could just be a nice, like 4 lines or something like that with a few rhyming words. Could mention animals, or it could be about growing crops. Anything you like. You begin. First line. We can try doing a line each then. I am. We've got the title here. Write it down. The farmer is a poet. I am. Carry it on. Just do a line, and I'll try and do one as well. I am. Have a go. Go on. Have a try. Have a try. That's just a mark on the duvet. Go on. Have a try. I am what? I am a F A. Yeah. I am an F A R M E R. I am a farmer. A. Farmer. I am a farmer. Any more? Any more? I am a farmer. If you don't want to do this right now, we can just do some more reading. We've got this, we can just have a little listen while I read you some more out of this 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Now, Professor, said Captain Nemo, we will, if you please, take our bearings and fix the starting point of this voyage. It wants 11:45 and I'm going up to the surface of the water. The captain pressed an electric bell 3 times. The pumps began to drive the water out of the reservoirs. The needle of the manometer marked by different pressures the upward movement of the Nautilus. Then it stopped. We have arrived, said the captain. We went up to the central staircase, which led up to the platform, climbed up the iron steps, found ourselves on top of the Nautilus. The platform was only 3 feet out of the water, I noticed that the iron plates of the Nautilus slightly overlaid each other like the scales of the body of our large terrestrial reptiles. I well understood how, in spite of the best glasses, this boat should have been taken for a marine animal. Towards the middle of the platform, the boat, half sunk in the vessel, formed a slight excrescence. Fore and aft rose 2 cages of medium height, with inclined sides, partly enclosed by thick lenticular glasses. In the one was the helmsman who directed the Nautilus, in the other a powerful electric lantern that lit up his course. The sea was beautiful, the sky pure. The long vessel could hardly feel the broad undulations of the ocean. A slight breeze from the east rippled the surface of the water. The horizon was quite clear, making observation easy. There was nothing in sight, not a rock nor an island, no Abraham Lincoln, nothing but a waste of waters. Captain Nemo took the altitude of the sun with his sextant to get his latitude. He waited some minutes till the planet came on a level with the edge of the horizon. While he was observing, not one of his muscles moved, and the instrument would not have been more motionless in a hand of marble. It is noon. Professor, when you are ready. I cast a last look at the sea, slightly yellowed by the Japanese coast, and went down again into the saloon. Then the captain made his point, calculated his longitude, and said to me, Monsieur Aronnax, we are about 300 miles from the coasts of Japan. Today, 8th of November, at noon, our voyage of exploration under the waters begins. God preserve us, I answered. Now, Professor, added the captain, I leave you to your studies. I have given E&E as our route at a depth of 50 yards. Here are maps on a large scale on which you can follow it. The saloon is at your disposition, and I ask your permission to withdraw. Captain Nemo bowed to me. I remained alone, absorbed in my thoughts. All of them referred to the commander of the Nautilus. Should he ever know to what nation belonged the strange man who boasted of belonging to none? This hatred which he had vowed to humanity, this hatred which perhaps sought terrible means of revenge, what had provoked it? Here you have some water. I could not say. I, whom Hazard had just cast upon his vessel, I, whose life he held in his hands, he had received me coldly, but with hospitality. Only he had never taken the hand I had held out to him. He had never held out his to me. For a whole hour I remained buried in these reflections, seeking to pierce the mystery that interested me so greatly. Then my eyes fell upon the vast planisphere on the table, and I placed my finger on the very spot where we presently lay. Just then, Ned Land and Conseil appeared at the door of the saloon. My 2 companions were petrified at the sight of the marvels spread out before their eyes. Where are we? Where are we? Cried the Canadian. At Quebec Museum. Oh, if Monsieur allows me to say so, replied Conseil. It's more like the Hotel du Sommerard. My friends, said I, making them a sign to enter, we're neither in Canada nor France, but on board the Nautilus, at more than 25 fathoms below sea level. We must believe what Monsieur says, replied Conseil, but really this saloon is enough to astonish even a Dutchman like me. Marvel and look, Conseil, for there's enough for such a good classifier as you to do here. There was no need for me to encourage him. He was leaning over the cases and already muttering words in the language of naturalists. During this time, Ned Land, who was not much interested in conchology, questioned me about my interview with Captain Nemo. Had I discovered who he was, from whence he came, where he was going, to what depths he was dragging us? In short, 1,000 questions to which I had not time to answer. I told him all I knew, or rather all I did not know. I asked him if he had heard or seen on his side. I've seen nothing, heard nothing, answered the Canadian. I've not even perceived the ship's crew. But you can tell me how many are on board. Are there 10, 20, 50, 100? I know no more than you, Mr. Land. It's better to abandon at present the idea of taking possession of the Nautilus or escaping from it. The vessel is a masterpiece of modern industry, and I should regret not to have seen it. Many people would accept our position only to move amidst such marvels. The only thing to do is to keep quiet and watch what passes around us. Watch! Exclaimed the harpooner. If there's nothing to watch, we can't see anything as is in iron prison. We're moving along, blindfolded. Are you all right, Chris? Did you want to lie down, or do you want to stay sitting up there? Do you want to have a little lie down? Go on then. Get yourself comfy. Here. Put your head down for a bit and I'll just carry on reading. Come on. You must be a little bit tired because you did have a couple of seizures and a bit of a restless night. Lift your legs up. Go on. There. There you go. Just get yourself comfortable. I'll just read to you for a bit. I'll snuggle into your tummy there in case there's some pain in there. There. Ned Land had scarcely uttered these words when it became suddenly dark. The light in the ceiling went out, and so rapidly that my eyes ached with the change. We remained mute and did not stir, not knowing what surprise, agreeable or disagreeable, awaited us. But a sliding noise was heard. It was as if panels were being drawn back in the sides of the Nautilus. "It is the end of all things," said Ned Land. Suddenly, light appeared on either side of the saloon through two oblong openings. The liquid mass appeared vividly lighted up by electric effluence. Two crystal panes separated us from the sea. At first I shuddered at the thought that this feeble partition might break, but strong copper bands bound it, giving an almost infinite power of resistance. The sea was distinctly visible for a mile around the Nautilus. What a spectacle! What pen could describe it? Who could paint the effect of the light through those transparent sheets of water and the softness of its successive graduations from the lower point to the upper beds of the ocean? The Nautilus did not seem to be moving. It was because there were no landmarks. Sometimes, however, the lines of water, furrowed by her brow, flowed before our eyes with excessive speed. Lost in wonder, we stood before these windows. None of us had broken this silence of astonishment when Conseil said, "Well, friend Ned, you wanted to look. Well, now you see." "It is curious," exclaimed the Canadian, forgetting his anger and projects of flight. "Who wouldn't come for the sake of such a sight?" "Now I understand the man's life," I exclaimed. "He's made a world of marvels for himself." "But I don't see any fish," said the Canadian. "What's the matter?" "What does it matter to you, friend Ned?" answered Conseil, "since you know nothing about them." "I, a fisherman!" cried Ned Land. Thereupon a dispute arose among the two friends, for each with some knowledge of fish, though in a very different way. "Well, friend," said the harpooner eventually, "there are some varieties passing now." "Yes, some fish. It's like being in an aquarium." "No," I answered, "for an aquarium is only a cage. Those fish are as free as birds in the air." "Well now, Conseil, tell me their names, said Ned Land. "I could not do it, that is my master's business." A baluster, said I. And a Chinese baluster too, cried Ned Land. Genus of the balusters, family of scleroderms, order of plectonographs, muttered Conseil. For 2 hours, a whole aquatic army escorted the Nautilus. Stay here for a bit, we're just reading, aren't we?
Mm.
Yeah? You think about time? It's just 11:10.
Mm.
Yeah, 11:10. Did you want to tell me something? Do you want to do something? Or something that you wanted to tell me? No. Oh, funny. Funny. Yeah? Come on, if you want to go downstairs for a bit, you can. I don't mind. I know you've had a bit of a tough day, haven't we? A tough night. Yeah? I can go and sort out. I need to make you up some of your blueberry mousses anyway, so we'll do that. Bring this down and we'll go down and get some of those made up.